This is a fascinating conversation. So when you separated the emotion from the with the objective conversation of what I want my life to be, it just happened. It turned out to be mattresses. Um, Obviously you're a people's person. Were you always that way, or did you have to develop this skill? And when we talk about skills, what other skills have you had to also work on after you made this shift from the corporate identity to owning who Brad really was?
Sure. So I think that if I had to guess, and this is a guess, but I would think that um, the type of business someone is in now, currently, that they hate, um, and they're I don't know, high up, whatever, have a good job, a good title, um, are there because they're using their gifts and talents to whatever that is. And starting your own business typically revolves around your strengths. I always joke around. I don't mean to be lewd, but everyone it's like, oh man, Brad, you have 9 kids. Well, geez, what's the deal? And I always joke back and say, well, my high school guidance counselor always told me to stick to what I'm good at in life. So apparently that's how we got here, right? But typically in a corporate world or in a job or whatever it is, you're using some skill that you have, and I don't even know if people realize that they can use that skill, that same skill, just for themselves. So if you're an accountant at PricewaterhouseCooper, right, or whatever, you can quit that job and you can go open up your own private accounting practice, and you can work the hours that you want to work. You can take on the clients that you want to take on, and you can transition into working for yourself with the same skills. Right now, there are skills that certainly come and go. Like accounting, for example. All I learned in college about accounting is the higher I done, right? And so that's what I've done. Marketing. If you don't know marketing, chances are you probably are going to have some type of marketing you need to be doing for a business. So it's good to learn that skill. But again, take out and that's part of the exit plan. Okay, so like you take out that blank sheet of paper and you say, okay, what is my dream life? Okay, well, I get up and blah 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 blah. Okay, but what is my dream business? Okay, well, I'd really like to own my own flower shop someday. And let's say you're a agriculturalist or whatever they're called for some other big company, and you love flowers, kind of related but kind of different, type of deal. You put out your plan and go, okay, well, I know nothing about business, but I'd sure like to have my own. And you dial this up, and maybe you say, okay, well, I need to take some basic business classes at my local community college in order to get the skills that I need to fulfill this dream. So it wouldn't make sense that, oh, last night I dreamed that I want to have my own flower shop, so Monday morning I'm going to walk in and quit. No, we would say, okay, here's the plan, but I need to learn these skills, and I can learn all these skills in one semester at a community college. I can take 6 hours. And so you go to your spouse or whatever and say, honey, okay, I'm going to start this flower shop, and but in order to do that, I need to know this, this, and this. They're offered here at a local community college. It's a 6-month semester. I need to take 3 classes. They're on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So we're going to need to rearrange if we did this, we're going to need to rearrange our lifestyle like this. Would this work? Are we on board with our spouse? Whatever, blah 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 blah. And we dream up this plan, and then we go, okay, is this what we really want? Like, would this would this satisfy all the things we're trying to accomplish, all the conditions? Yeah, okay. So we agree. Here's the plan. Here's how we're going to do it. It's going to be a 6-month, exit strategy, and we know that's the right thing to do. Okay, boom. Now we're going to commit to doing that, right? Step 2 is, okay, boom, we're going to do it. And so most likely you're highly skilled in what you do, and you just don't think you are. And there's actually very little preparation to be done in order to achieve that goal for you to do it. But again, if there is, that just becomes a part of your exit strategy that includes a semester at a local community college, and boom, you're done.
Hey, I know you're enjoying this episode, but I wanted to stop you really quickly and just ask you, did you know about the triangle of value that you provide in your corporate job today? Yes, profession, practices, and principles. And all of those your company is leveraging. Why aren't you? I mean, actually building out your own side business. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I built something called Side Hustle Secrets. The Side Hustle Secrets is your opportunity to be able to take the knowledge that you have in your head right now and actually learn how to build you a profitable side business. There's a ton of value of things that you're going to be able to get in here, but there's one thing that I wanted to be able to show you because I know that for many of you, you are like me. One day you woke up and realized, you know what, this job ain't enough. In fact, you realize that if something ever happened, I am going to be in trouble. And I learned a little too late. I had to go through 2 corporate layoffs going from almost $80,000 a year down to $9.13 working retail because I never got it. Even though I had the title, I thought my job was secure. I never secured my own financial future. So I'm giving you the shot. Grab the link below, go to growyoursidebusiness.com right now, jump into the Side Hustle Secrets course. Let me show you how to take what's in your head and go build something with it. Back to the episode.
Yeah, what's interesting about you saying that was I realized as I was building my first side business, I gained a different perspective and appreciation for my actual job. Because if regardless of whether you have a side business or not, there's a lot of times where we're not maximizing our true potential at work every day for whatever the reason is. Money's good. I don't want to give too much. Whatever our reasons are, sometimes we're not fully showing up at the job. But what's interesting is I noticed when I started building a side business, I noticed these opportunities to go learn things that I knew I would need. To your point, the example you gave might be a community college. I realized there were leadership courses that were offered in my company. There were courses on all types of things that were in my company, and I'm like, I would have never taken those had I not started this business. Did you find yourself having an appreciation for kind of some of the things that you were able to leverage within your day job while you were building your side business?
Yeah, and typically, typically your passion is your passion. I mean, typically what you spend, again, it's like the old question. Hey, if you had to get on stage in front of 100 people in 10 minutes and you had an hour and you had to fill the hour talking about any subject you wanted, what would you talk about, right? And so typically we have this passion about something, and typically that passion is enough to get going and start and be afraid, because again, you never fully prepare to open up something. You're always constantly building this thing as it goes, and so you're I guess I'll say you're plenty more equipped than you think you are. I think the big miss isn't gap in skill. The big miss is you are, but you don't think you are. And again, everyone's an expert in something. There is someone that knows less than you about a topic that would love to take you out to lunch and do whatever it is you need to do. So again, consulting, right? Consulting is one of the best things that you can get into. It takes a pen and a Calendly account to schedule people, and you're consulting people in almost anything you want to do. And for the ladies out there, that includes making your own soap and crafting and all that kind of stuff that my wife does. I mean, baby sleep. Who would have thought that we could make a business? And here we are. We're #1 best-selling baby sleep authors. And
wow,
who would have thunk? And it's just a matter of just formalizing what and being assured, because again, that anchor, that slaveness to this corporate mentality says, no, you're not good enough. You must stay here. The high school, the government, they don't teach people to be entrepreneurs. They want wards of the state. They want people to
Yeah.
come in and punch a clock. That's
That's
the
right.
backbone
That's
of
right.
America, and they indoctrinate people flat out from day one. And I ain't apologetic about it. It's how our system works, and you don't have to live that life. You don't
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah. You know, I think it's how old is your youngest right now?
1 year old. So I got a 14 all the way down to 1. So
How? Okay. So if, let's say 20 years from now, your kids see this interview, talk to your kids and tell them, what is it you want them to understand about why dad is doing what he's doing while they're young? What is it you're hoping that they get? If you had a chance to talk to them right now, they pick up this, they're on whatever the new Google machine is, and they're like, oh, there was this interview that dad was on. What would you say to them?
well, I would say you need to know what your priorities are. You need to see what you want out of life and understand what your priorities are. Now, obviously, I would hope that I've instilled what those are, family. So maybe we all don't have the same priorities in life, but let's presume that everyone does. The family and relationships and those sorts of things that are the most important things. Find out what your priorities are and design a lifestyle around it. Don't get caught up in the pride of life that distracts you from maximizing a life that will most fulfill you. It's okay to live in a smaller house and own your world. It's okay to make a little less money, but own your world. There's no product or service that is ethical, legal, moral that is somehow worse than another product or less meaningful to sell. Understand who you are and what you want out of life. Find something that you're passionate about. Take part in lifestyle design to concoct a life that fulfills you. Because, my mom used to always tell me, oh, you grow up fast. Can't believe I'm 40. Never imagined I'd be this old, blah, 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 blah. And, the days are long, but the years are short.
Thank you so much for checking out this clip. Stay tuned so that you can make sure that you grab the full episode when it is released, coming soon. Subscribe, like, and share today.